This is the Diamond Hogs Podcast with Mason Choate and Robert Stewart.
Welcome to the Diamond Hogs Podcast. I'm your host, Mason Choate. We're recording this on Thursday, so happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy late St. Patrick's Day to everybody listening because this comes out on Friday. And if you're listening, thank you very much because I realize that when this podcast comes out, the Razorback basketball team may or may not still be in the NCAA basketball tournament. If they are, thank you for listening. If they aren't, you're probably listening because you've moved on to baseball season.
It's baseball season.
But honestly, I hope that you're listening because you just enjoy this podcast. But I wouldn't be mad if it's just baseball season now because that makes my life a lot easier. Robert?
You know me. I'm a baseball guy before anything.
Okay. That's my co-host, Robert Stewart. I'm your host, Mason Choate. And you're listening to the Diamond Hogs Podcast, which can be found on HitThatLine.com. We're part of the Hit That Line podcast network. So go to HitThatLine.com for all your listening needs for Arkansas athletics. You can also listen to a bunch of cool stuff like Trusting the Process with Ty Richardson. And then if you miss any of the shows over on ESPN Arkansas, they have podcasts for that too, like the Morning Rush podcast and the Halftime podcast as well. We're also a part of the HawgBeat.com network. So Andrew Hutchinson, Alex Trader, myself, Kevin Bohannon, all the crew over there at HawgBeat.com. We're part of their network. You can find us on the YouTube. We have the video version. So if you're watching, hello. Had some people talk to me about watching, and I guess I just need to sit up straight sometimes. I guess I slouch too much.
Posture check.
Yeah, posture check. I didn't realize people watch the YouTube, but go check that out and hit subscribe on the YouTube as well if you like it. And then subscribe to HawgBeat.com. Greatest Arkansas athletics coverage there is, and it's really not even close. And we've been here I've been in the state of Arkansas for a long time. You've been here reading all the work for 3 years now. HawgBeat's the best. HawgBeat is the best. So go check it out and subscribe. If you're a student, you can get it for $11.95 for just $11.95 for a year if you email Andrew Hutchinson at andrewhutchinson413@gmail.com. So also sponsors. Got to get to sponsors, Robert. You want to go first with Southern Lawn Services?
Yeah, let's do it. Our friends in Central Arkansas, Southern Lawn Service, we're very thankful for their sponsorship. They specialize in landscape maintenance for apartment complex communities and industrial sites. If you need projects for any sort of residential or commercial site, call Southern Lawn Service. They do everything including drainage solutions, new installs, landscape remodel, landscape design, or if you need hardscapes such as retaining walls or paver patios, Southern Lawn Service has you covered. Now they also have bulk landscape supplies for sale to the public, including mulch, dirt, gravel, landscape rock, and sod. So if you need any of those things, go see them. They're located in Conway at 1 Lee Road, or you can call them up. Their number is 501-514-3463.
So we've been sponsored by the First Seat Pub and Grill, and I've had some people reach out to me and say that they really want to go to the First Seat Pub and Grill because they always get really hungry when I just read off the menu. Because what's going to make you want to go to the First Seat more than me reading off the menu? So that's what I'm going to do right now. The First Seat Pub and Grill, very thankful for them. Like I said, the pork rinds, they come out hot. They're just crackling, and they got the different flavors. So you can get salt and pepper or Cajun spice. I really need to get some of these wings. They got bone-in wings. I'm a ranch guy. Are you a ranch guy with your wings?
Not really.
Are you a blue cheese guy? You're not a sauce guy.
I'm not really a sauce guy.
Okay.
If it's like tossed in buffalo, then that's good for me.
Okay, well, they have buffalo. They also have bourbon barbecue, garlic parmesan, honey sriracha, Cajun, and Nashville hot. That's just part of the starters. They got wings, they got starters, and then you got your pub faves, your pub craves, you got your salads and sandwiches. They have literally everything. They even have soup of the day. You like soup?
Love
you
soup.
Soup guy? Okay. I actually saw a post. Is cereal a soup? I saw Jordan Davis from Georgia said that cereal is soup without a soul. Do you agree with that?
I'll buy that.
Okay.
I'll buy that.
Jordan Davis, dude, who's like 340 pounds and runs like a 4.8. That's crazy.
That's an insightful food take.
Yeah. So, anyways, go see the First Seat Pub and Grill at 106 Southwest 2nd Street in Bentonville, Arkansas. That's where I'm going for my 21st birthday next week, Robert. I'm excited. I'm going to go to the First Seat. I'm going to get myself a drink and enjoy my time there.
Wish I could be there with you.
Yeah, you're going to be out of town. Anyways, call them up, 479-250-9149, or visit them online at thefirstseatpub.com. Okay. I guess we didn't even mention what's going to be on the show today. We're going to have Chris Lanzilli. Yep. Robert's going to talk to Chris Lanzilli. I was unable to be there for the interview, so we'll see how Robert did. Put it that way.
This is unusual because we are recording the first portion of the show before the interview this time. So,
yeah, well, you didn't have to say that.
Well, the interview is unknown still.
It is. Okay, so everybody just
can't tell you how it's going to be if we don't know. We haven't done it.
Everybody, pause the episode right now. Write down your rating out of 10 of how you think Robert's going to interview Chris Lanzilli. I'm going to write mine down. I'm going to give him like a 6.5.
Wow.
Yeah, that gives you room to work with. You can do better than that.
All
right. So, excited about that. Excited to talk to Chris Lanzilli, the walk-off, of course, last week against UIC. And he now leads the team in batting average.
Yep.
So
went 5 for 10 against Grambling. Not that I watched too closely those games, but 5 for 10 is 5 for 10.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. Be honest, because we're honest people.
We're honest people.
I watched bits and pieces of both games, but I didn't really pay attention. All I got away from it was that Grambling is a terrible baseball team.
Pretty much.
They were really bad.
Yeah, it was just another chance for the Hogs to take BP. I mean, it feels like the offense is totally locked in at this point. I was at the game in the Hog Pen on Tuesday, and I mean, hits were no issue. Feels like they scored what? I mean, they scored 7 times in the 8th inning. So, and well, they draw their walks too. I mean, they never had more than 3 hits in an inning, but they get on base and they got those runs home. They only left 8 guys on base compared to 14 runs. Was it 14 officially?
14-1, yeah, on Tuesday.
There you go. And I didn't watch Wednesday, so can't really help you there.
You look at Wednesday, and Arkansas had 1 inning, the 4th, where they didn't score a run. It went 3 runs, 1 run, 2 runs, 0 runs, 3 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, and then 1 run in the 8th to run rule.
You know what we call that?
What?
That's a phone number game.
Yeah. And they, in the run in the 8th, the last run, I think it came on a wild pitch. And they just came home and they were like, all right,
we're done. Webb advanced to second on a pass ball.
Yeah.
Or scored.
So, it was just, sorry about it, Grambling. I mean, Arkansas got some BP. They proved, so all the people who were talking about the midweek games, and I talked about it, you had to worry about the midweek games when the bats weren't going. Because what are midweek games for? Scoring runs.
They're get-right games.
Get-right games. And so you go back, so you go all the way back to after the Round Rock Classic. You still weren't confident in your bats, but then you put up 15 on Omaha.
And you think things are about to start turning around, right?
Yeah, and then you lose to Southeastern 7-3 on Friday night. That's March 4th. They haven't lost
since then.
They haven't lost a game since. And you're just looking, 11 runs in the third game against Southeastern, and then 12 runs to kick it off against UIC. Then they had 2 more double-digit run games against UIC, and then, of course, 14-1, 13-3 against Grambling. How many games did they win in a row? 8?
I think that's 8 in a row.
8. So Arkansas going into SEC play, 13-3. Kentucky coming to town, they're 14-4. A good Kentucky team at the plate. But if you look at pitching, it doesn't blow me away.
No. The 3 guys that I looked at, all of them had ERAs above 7, so not outstanding on the mound. And, I mean, we've been talking about this for a while, right? The bats have been the question mark this year. It feels like they're no longer the question mark. I mean, as far as hitting and starting pitching go, I think there's nothing really to worry about on the Razorbacks end. If there's anything that you need to sweat, it's an SEC opponent for the first time.
Well, there was nothing to worry about. Well, there's nothing to worry about anymore because Braden Webb finally got hit. He's got 3 hits now.
We stop paying full attention and Braden Webb starts getting hits.
You know what else happened though? We stopped paying full attention and Michael Turner dipped under 400. So I think, this is my theory, I think we're Michael Turner's good luck charm.
Well, we shall see on Friday.
Well, I won't be there. Maybe,
I shall see on Friday.
Maybe it's you. I mean, you credited yourself to keeping his average over 400.
Well, that was true at the time.
statistically speaking.
If I didn't advocate for that to be a sac fly, it wouldn't have been a sac fly. It would have been an at-bat. He would have fallen under 300.
You are correct.
400, excuse me.
Okay. So,
Also, we were playing the Cup game. I don't know if any of you know this is a gambling game. Very
you
fun.
gamble? Sinner.
When I'm not covering the game.
You're a sinner.
I had the Cup when Michael Turner hit his home run on Tuesday, and I won $30.
How intoxicated were you at that point? On a scale of 1 to 13.5.
Why 13.5?
I really like just doing random numbers.
Well, let's say 10 then.
10? Wow.
It was a time.
Wow. Okay. Well,
back to the press box on Friday though. I'm excited.
On that Tuesday game though,
office.
Michael Turner goes 1 for 4, but he had 3 RBI from that home run, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
excuse me, two
from,
run shot and a sac fly.
Okay, and then Wednesday he goes 0 for 4. He did score a run because he walked once, but then he got replaced by Kendall Diggs.
His on base streak is alive. Michael Turner's is.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, good for Michael Turner. We're Michael Turner guys.
Hey, he's allowed to have a couple bad games.
He is. And if you're gonna have a bad game, have it be against Grambling.
And if you're gonna have a bad game, hit a home run in one of them. Why don't you?
Yeah. So Michael Turner.
You can even call that a bad game.
He's still number
Probably
2.
not.
He's still number 2 on the team in average. He's hitting 364. He's tied with Caden Wallace for the team lead in RBI. But I mean, at least 11 of Wallace's came last weekend, right?
Say that again, sorry.
Of his RBI, his 20 RBIs.
He had 13 against.
Yeah, but on 3 swings.
On 3 swings, yes.
Yeah,
Grand
that's what I'm
slam, 3-run shot.
So, I mean, he's tied with Caden Wallace, but Michael Turner has done it over a more, I don't know how to put this. You get what I'm saying though, right?
He spreads his RBIs
it out more, yeah. Okay. What else did we want to talk about? I mean, we got to see a lot of pitchers in the midweeks, so that was good. So
yeah, let's talk about pitchers.
Adamiak started Tuesday's game. He did good. I think Adamiak's probably your number 1 midweek starter.
I mean, based on that outing, it seems that he would be. I didn't hear what Van Horn had to say afterward, but 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, earned a walk and 6 strikeouts. That's much better than his last time out against Omaha.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't know. I find it hard to sit here and just, talk about how great Arkansas did against Grambling because Grambling was so bad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm looking at my scorebook here for the Tigers, and after the RBI double they had in the first, they had 1 base runner reach the rest of the game on a hit by pitch.
Wow.
So
this was on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay. You know who else we got to see on Tuesday?
Who else what?
Who else we got to see on Tuesday? Zebutron.
Friend of the Diamond Hogs podcast, Zebulon Vermillion.
He is slowly becoming best known for that. Also, you know what? You know what's spreading? That the fact that Zach Gregory gets on base. That is spreading. People are starting to use that. We need to trademark that saying.
It's good for the brand.
It is good for the brand, but some people might not know that comes from us. Zach Gregory gets on base. We need to talk to Pete about that. You need to talk to Pete about that on the podcast.
What does he do, Pete?
That's
It's
why
perfect.
you need to have Pete on. Am I going to get replaced by Pete?
I don't know. Depends on how he does.
I low-key hope Pete kind of sucks. I'm just kidding.
No, Pete's great. We're looking forward to it.
Gabe Starks, though. Gabe Starks comes in, closes the game out on Tuesday, 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, which was great because Gabe Starks was a guy that I feel like going into the season, we felt like we were going to see a lot more of him, and we haven't yet. But you saw him against Grambling. Once again, it was Grambling. The game was over at that time. Grambling wasn't coming back.
Right.
And he comes out. He deals. He looked confident on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like his big issue has been control. He's really struggled with that at times. I mean, I remember there was a play he made earlier in the year, maybe it was against Omaha, but where he had a pitch go to the backstop and Turner flipped it back to Starks at the plate. Starks tagged the runner, but that doesn't happen if he doesn't throw a wild pitch, and it feels like there's just too many wild pitches from Starks. But
yeah,
none to be found on Tuesday, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. I mean, you can only take the sample size that you're given, and what we got on Tuesday was great. So that's what you can take. He's probably going to continue to be a midweek type guy. Do you want to talk more about Tuesday, or you just want to go ahead and go to Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Pitching's more interesting on Wednesday.
Yeah, so Ledbetter had the great outing against Southeastern Louisiana. Even started a game last...
UIC.
No, but the reason he got to start against UIC was because of his outing against Southeastern Louisiana. But he starts Wednesday's game, didn't go as well as we have seen.
No. 2 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. No walks, 1 strikeout. Don't love that from a guy who, you're hoping could be your 4th starter if necessary. Don't love that. But the bullpen came to his rescue.
Yeah, Zack Morris is a guy that we've talked about. He needs to step it up because we heard about it, and sure enough, he did. 2 2/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2 in his 11 batters faced through 36 pitches.
I mean, the whole bullpen, 3 guys, Zack Morris, Heston Toll, Nick Griffin, 5 2/3 inning of scoreless relief.
I will say, you said you didn't watch Wednesday's game. Nick Griffin did not look good.
Does say 2 walks there.
Nick Griffin...
I worry about 2 walks.
Nick Griffin had no control. I mean, Kevin Bohannon was texting me, and he was like, Dave Van Horn said that Nick Griffin changed up the way he threw the ball, but he can't even get it in the zone, man.
What can you do if you can't throw strikes?
I know. I was watching the game, and I was like, man, Nick Griffin just doesn't look good. Sure enough, I mean, they run ruled him anyways, so it didn't matter. But Heston Toll's another guy.
He needed a bounce back outing, as I recall.
He did. He's a guy that you need to rely on out of the pen because he's a big body dude who's got some good velocity. He can be another like Zebulon Vermillion type guy, and everybody hates on Zebulon Vermillion, and I understand.
Has Vermillion even given up a run this year?
I don't think he has. I actually have the stat sheet pulled up right here. Vermillion has not given up a run. 5 appearances. He's thrown 6 innings of scoreless ball, walked 5, struck out 8.
So why the hate?
Well, it's because of his past.
Well, how about Kevin Kopp's past, huh?
That's true, but not everybody's going to be Kevin Kopp.
Sure, but, I mean, if somebody's not giving up a run through the first month of the season, let's give him credit for that.
You can give him credit this season, but I'm saying it's like the Cole Ramage thing. Everybody still doesn't trust Cole Ramage. It's the same thing with Braden Webb. All you're going to do is think of what he's done for you in the past. And unfortunately, not a lot.
So the lesson is not everyone has to have a Kevin Kopp's type season to have a good season, even if they've struggled before.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not the one hating on Zebulon Vermillion. I'm saying everybody else does.
I will not tolerate Zebulon Vermillion slander at this point in time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine with me. We can agree on that. Okay, so rest of Wednesday, I guess we can look at what they did at the plate on Wednesday. So Peyton Stovall, 3 for 5. He's got a hit streak.
You say 9 games?
I think it was either 9 games going into Wednesday or it's 9 games including Wednesday. I'd have to look back.
Checking.
Okay. Robert's going to check. I'll talk about what everybody else did. So Wallace, he went 1 for 2 at the plate. So Wallace had an interesting line because he goes 1 for 2 at the plate, but he scores 3 runs because he walked 3 times. So technically, he had 1, 2, 3... Wait, hold on. 6 at-bats, I think. 5 or 6 at-bats. It had to have been 6. 6 at-bats, walked 3 times, scored 3 runs. And then you look at it, Chris Lanzilli, who now leads the team in batting average. He had 3 hits, 3 RBI in the game. Brady Slavens, 2 hits, 3 RBI. Braden Webb had 2 hits. Yeah, Braden Webb had 2 hits. Wow. Holy crap. Like I said, we didn't watch this game. But Braden Webb with 2 hits, a multi-hit game for Braden Webb after getting your first hit on a grand salami. Good for Braden Webb. And then Drake Varnado got in. He played left field. I'm pretty sure Drake Varnado started in left field. And he went 2 for 4 at the plate. So these 2 games were a good time for guys like Drake Varnado, Dylan Leach, Kendall Diggs, your guys that you needed to see. We didn't see Max Solis, but I mean Braden Webb got it going. So It doesn't matter who the opponent is. If you're getting hits, that's confidence.
Right. Did check. It is a 9-game hit streak for Peyton Stovall now, so good for him.
Which is crazy to think of because of how bad he started the season.
Sure. Let's see. Did he play second on... Yeah, he played second in both games. How about that?
He did.
Moore got a day off Tuesday. Battles got a day off Wednesday. That's good.
Moore played shortstop
I'd say both
Wednesday.
of those guys earned it.
Yeah. Man, that's just like, that's one of those things where I have really bad FOMO. And like missing Peyton Stovall playing second, Robert Moore playing short, Drake Varnado playing left. I just wanted to see all that. And it stinks, man. It's okay.
A lot of season left, a lot of midweeks left.
Yeah, time off is a good thing. I will say that. And I'm getting time. I'm getting more time off this weekend. So
I'm not though.
Yeah.
I'll have you covered.
You will. Robert will have us covered as well. Pete will be there too. Okay, we got to do an ad read, and then we'll move on to Kentucky. Robert, go first again. This is going to be the Robert doing the first ad read show. Congratulations. You're moving
All right.
up.
Sounds good. Thank you to our sponsor from Central Arkansas, Southern Lawn Service. They specialize in landscape maintenance for apartment complex communities and industrial sites. If you need anything, including drainage solutions, new installs, landscape remodel, landscape design, hardscapes such as retaining walls or paver patios for your residential of commercial of any size, Southern Lawn Service has you covered. They also have bulk landscape supplies available to the public. If you need mulch, dirt, gravel, landscape rock, or sod, all of those things are on sale at 1 Lee Road in Conway, Arkansas. Or give them a call. You can order it on the phone at 501-514-3463.
And we're also brought to you by the First Seat Pub and Grill. This ad read goes out to my buddy Keldon Halverson out there in Knoxville, Tennessee. He keeps texting me. Every time I send him a picture from like dinner or something, he's like, "Are you at the First Seat? Are you at the First Seat?" He wants to go to the First Seat so bad. And you should want to go to the First Seat Pub and Grill as well. It's at 106 Southwest 2nd Street in Bentonville, Arkansas. They have everything you want. They have events going on. Today is St. Patrick's Day, so they're going to be popping tonight. By the time you listen to this, it'll be over with anyways.
Hopefully you went.
But hopefully you went, and hopefully the Razorbacks are still in the NCAA tournament, and if you want to go watch the game somewhere, no better place to do it than at the First Seat Pub and Grill in Bentonville, Arkansas. Also, if you want to watch any of the baseball games, go watch them there because I know for a fact they'll have them on the TV because they're big baseball fans. So go see them and get yourself some of that great food and great drinks over there at 106 Southwest 2nd Street in Bentonville, Arkansas. And if you're running late or you need to pick it up quick, you can order it online at their website, thefirstseatpub.com, or give them a call if you have any questions, 479-250-9149. All right. So it is opening weekend for SEC play.
Which is obviously the most important thing this weekend.
Yeah.
Nothing else is going on.
No. I mean, what else is more important than opening weekend for SEC play?
I don't know.
It's amazing. It is amazing. Arkansas draws at the beginning of the year kind of like an average opponent for opening weekend of SEC play, but Kentucky's had a good start to their season. They're 14-4. If you look at their schedule, they haven't lost a series yet, and that includes, they played TCU, so they sweep Jacksonville State to start it off. Then they win a midweek against Bellarmine.
They won their basketball tournament in the first season in Division I.
Really?
Atlantic Sun, I think.
Okay.
That's just why I know the name of that school.
Okay, and then they swept Western Michigan. They started the season, 7-0, and then they lost to Western Kentucky in a midweek. But then they beat TCU, won 2 out of 3 in that series. And then since then, they beat Murray State, Ohio, and then they swept High Point University last week. But this past midweek, they lost 20-7 to Indiana, the same Indiana team that we watched when we were in Round Rock, and we were not impressed with them. I need to see if Bothwell pitched this game. There was this guy, so we were watching.
We were hanging out in the right field grassy area in Round Rock?
We were in the right field grass.
Or Indiana Stanford.
And Indiana had a guy in the pen named Bothwell, and he was warming up, and we were just sitting there just watching him, and I was telling Robert, Man, I think I'm a big Bothwell
He didn't
guy.
pitch.
He did really bad, though, in that game against Stanford.
It was a struggle against Stanford.
Yeah.
But Stanford,
He didn't pitch
College World
against
Series.
Indiana?
He did not pitch against Kentucky.
Against Kentucky, yeah. Anyways, Kentucky lost 20-7. That's rough.
That's rough.
All right, Robert, take us through their starting pitchers.
All right. We don't know for sure, as per usual, but we're going to go in the order that we think these guys will pitch. The first guy's name is Cole Stupp. He has pitched all the Friday games, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that he is the ace. As I mentioned earlier, all three of these Kentucky starters have ERAs above 7. This guy's 7.71. He is 2-0. Most recently against High Point, went out there through a quality start, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So brought his ERA down from a tough outing against TCU when he only picked up 4 outs. So tough to know what we're going to see from this guy. He's sort of been all over the place this year, but he is a righty, 6'4", 205, junior from Milton, Georgia. Hogs haven't really had any issues hitting right-handers this year, so
No, not at all.
could be in for a big day. Friday,
I did want to mention that last season we had a lot of experts on to tell us about the other team. There's nobody, maybe like 1 or 2 people out there covering Kentucky baseball.
well, even though baseball is the most important thing happening this week, apparently Kentucky basketball is something to
I don't know, man.
pay a whole lot of attention to.
I guess Kentucky basketball is just important to them or something, but we tried. Like, we looked for people covering Kentucky baseball, and it seemed like it wasn't worth it. And we even reached out to some people, and they were like, I don't know.
It's basketball season.
I don't know enough about the team right now. It's basketball season. So
You'll have to settle for Chris Lanzilli.
you'll have to settle for Chris Lanzilli and us just reading off the Kentucky stat sheet.
Yep. Second guy, shout out to Kentucky Athletics for putting pronunciation guides on their website, by the way. Let's see.
Do you want to put your computer up to the mic?
Let's do it.
Hopefully we don't get copyrighted for this.
Oh, I muted it.
Turn it up. Hurry.
Magdiel Koto.
Magdiel Koto.
Magdiel Koto is the second pitcher. Let's see. Looks like he's a lefty based on his picture. 6'4", 245. He's a sophomore from Fort Mill, South Carolina. He's got a 7.24 ERA. He's 1-0. Hasn't had a decision since opening weekend against Jacksonville State. Most recently against High Point. He threw 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, only 3 hits but 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. So another mixed bag here with this guy. Not really sure what to expect. Could have a good outing. Of course, 4 2/3 here, it says, is his longest outing of the season, so maybe he doesn't go too long. If the Razorbacks can hit a lefty, then...
Does it look like they have a good bullpen? Because if they're getting into their they're winning games, so their bullpen must be good.
Well, they're scoring a bunch of runs is what's happening.
That's true. I'm looking at it. They've scored double digits.
9, 14, 8, 9, 8, 13.
16. Yeah.
It looks like their lowest score is
But you look at it,
3.
the games they've lost, they gave up 9 runs, 12 runs, 7 runs, and there's
And 20.
And 20. So if they're going to lose, they're going to lose by a lot.
I don't know if there's such a thing as betting on college baseball, but if I were a betting man, I would take the over
Yeah.
in these games.
Their first win against TCU was 13-11. They had a win over Western Michigan 13-12. And then they also beat Western Michigan 16-5. There's going to be a lot of runs scored this weekend.
I would take the over.
Are you done with pitching? Because I could talk about these batters who...
One more guy.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is...
Ryan Hagenow.
Ryan Hagenow. Let's see. He is from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is 6'5", 215. Wow, that's huge. Sophomore, righty, and... Okay, so he started It looks like he hasn't done a whole lot of starting this year, but he started one of the games in a doubleheader against High Point. No, just the Sunday game. So he was the last weekend starter, Ryan Hagenow was. He threw 3 innings. That was a season high. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Brought his ERA down from 12.6 to 7.88.
Wow.
So
Congrats on getting your ERA to 7.88.
down almost 5 points to 7.8.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay, so he's sort of all over the place. He's had a couple outings before that where he didn't quite make it through 3, gave up 4 earned runs and 3 in those 2. The Razorbacks could put up 30 runs this weekend.
They could, but they could also revert back to the team that doesn't score.
That'd be awkward because they've been hitting it well for a long time now.
Yeah. Okay, so going to the Kentucky lineup, I want to do the thing too. This is their number 1 guy.
Chase Estep.
It's fun, isn't it?
It is, and also I probably would have read that as a step. So Estep, Chase Estep, he's hitting .471.
Goodness.
He started all 18 games. He's got a .471 average, a 1.475 OPS. Yeah.
Almost 1,500. Goodness.
Yes. He's got 32 hits.
What'd you say he's slugging, like 9-something?
He's slugging .912.
Goodness.
He's got 7 homers, 21 RBI. He's struck out 9 times and he's walked 14 times.
Whoa.
This dude is just tearing it up. So yeah, he's gonna be the guy you got to look out for. He also has a hit in all but 1 game this season.
How about that?
So in 17 of 18 games, he has a hit. In that game, he didn't have a hit. He still had an RBI and a run.
On base percent above 500. Holy shnikes.
He's really freaking good.
Yes.
What position does he play? He's an infielder. I don't know which infield position he plays. We'll find out on Friday.
We'll figure it out.
They also have I was gonna say 3, but okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 guys.
Looks like he played third against Indiana for what it's worth.
Okay. They have 4 guys hitting over 300. So Daniel Harris, the 4th, he's almost hitting 400. He's hitting 397. He doesn't have a home run though, but he has 10 RBI.
OPS above 1,000.
OPS is above 1,000. He's also an infielder, grad student. We're literally just doing this on
Daniel Harris, second base.
Okay, this is good. Okay, I'm now my computer's not loading.
Oh dear. Okay, who's
No,
next?
I got it back. I got it. Okay, Jacob Plastiak. Oh, we need to pull up the thing on this
use
one.
your pronunciation.
Let me
guys.
use my-
Gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Jacob Plastiak.
Jacob Placiak.
There you go.
If only all these teams had this. A lot of the teams that Arkansas played, like these no-name teams or what, they're no names. They had a bunch of players that we could not pronounce their names, and this would have been awesome. So Jacob Placiak, he's hitting 329, also got over 1,000 OPS. He's got 6 homers, so he's number 2 on the team. 23 RBI. Wow. So he's got more RBI than Estep. Wow.
It looks like he's prone to the strikeout, though. I'm looking at the Indiana box score right now.
My goodness. He's got 27 strikeouts.
As I was saying, prone to the strikeout.
Oh, wow.
Against Indiana on Tuesday, he was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
So of his 73 at-bats, 27 of those resulted in a strikeout.
That's more than 1/3.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
His slugging percentage is
Said 73 at-bats?
644. Yeah, 27 out of 73.
He's striking out 37% of the time.
I'd say you can deal with that if he's still hitting 300. How can you strike out that much and still be hitting 300?
I guess you're either getting hits or you're striking out. You're not making contact at all.
That's got to be the case. I mean, he leads the team with 23 RBI. He's got 5 doubles, 6 home runs, 24 hits. Wait, okay, so 24 plus 27. What's that, 51?
24 hits
Yeah.
plus 27 strikeouts. Okay, so 51 divided by 73. So strikeouts and hits account for 70% of his at-bats.
Holy crap. That's like Brandon Webb if
if he got hits routinely.
If he got hits, yeah. Okay. So him, Jacob Placiak. They also have Hunter Jump. What a last name.
That's an easy one.
You think his walk-up song is Jump?
It better be.
Or Jump Around.
Good choices.
That would be a hard decision to make if you were him. Then Ryan Ritter, he's hitting .313. Oh, here's a name that I want to do the thingy for. This is senior. What position does he
This is
play?
number 9.
Yeah.
He's a catcher.
Alonzo Rubalcaba.
Alonzo Rubalcaba.
He's a catcher.
He's the catcher. That's a catcher's name, Rubalcaba.
Isn't it?
It is a catcher's name. He's hitting .292. So, yeah, so the way I look at it is there's going to be a lot of runs scored because Kentucky can hit the ball.
Yeah.
And Arkansas pitchers have been hit around at times. I mean, you're probably confident that the Arkansas pitchers will probably get you through 4 innings, right? It seems like they get through 4 or 5 and then things fall apart.
Yeah.
Which is about normal.
Third time through the order is where things get hairy. So I think the key for Connor Nolan, Hagen Smith, and Jackson Wiggins this week is don't walk guys. Make them earn their bases.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to talk about with Kentucky before we get to Chris Lanzilli?
I don't think so. Just be prepared for maybe even a series loss with the way these guys can hit. I mean, like I said, Razorbacks don't have anything that they themselves need to be concerned about. I think they're in a good place right now, but this is some real competition.
It is. I mean, you're going to have a busy day of live tweeting probably every day.
Yeah.
I mean, so go check out the hitthatline.com Twitter and Robert's Twitter at drstu32 because you're going to want the updates on these games, especially if the basketball team gets knocked out before you're listening to this.
Yep. And I do have to wonder if maybe they'll change the start time of Saturday's game based on if Arkansas and or Kentucky are playing basketball at 6:30.
Do you think it really matters?
I mean,
you're going to lose a lot of viewers.
You are.
For both teams.
And that's why I have to wonder.
Yeah.
It's also worth checking the weather because it feels like the Razorbacks have been prone to double headers too.
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to rain Friday?
70% chance of rain on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. So,
hopefully by the time you listen to this, you'll have a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah. Sorry that we have to record early. Anyways, we need to get to Chris Lanzilli, Robert. Go ahead and do the ad read for Southern Lawn Service, buddy.
All right. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Southern Lawn Service. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. They serve the greater Central Arkansas area, specializing in landscape maintenance for apartment complex, communities, and industrial sites. If you need drainage solutions, new installs, landscape remodel or design, or hardscapes such as retaining walls or paver patios, if you need any of those projects done for residential, commercial locations, give Southern Lawn Service a call. If you need bulk landscape supplies like mulch, dirt, gravel, landscape rock, or sod, Southern Lawn Service also has you covered. They're located at 1 Lee Road in Conway, Arkansas. You can go see them on site or give them a call at 501-514-3463. That is Southern Lawn Service.
All right, and then our other presenting sponsor is the First Seat Pub and Grill in Bentonville, Arkansas. So I'm looking at their drink list here. They got the pub brews. They've got some seasonal brews from Core Brewing, New Belgium, Lost 40, Black Apple. They've got a lot of cool stuff. They got sorry, excuse me. They got some from this place called the Bike Rack. I'm going to be biking this weekend. So a lot of cool drinks you can get over there. To be honest with you, I don't know a lot about them because I'm not 21 and I follow the rules.
Never had a drink before.
Never had a drink in my life. Anyways, shout out to Andrew Ellis. He texted me the other day. He's like, dude, have you really never had a drink in your life? I probably shouldn't have mentioned his name. He works for the competitor. But I know
guys.
This is a test for Andrew Ellis. If you're listening to this, say the keyword to Robert, hot dog, this weekend when you see him. Do you think he'll do it?
I don't know. I mean, if I order a hot dog, that's usually not what he calls it.
That's true.
So we will see.
Okay. Anyways, like I said, the menu over at First Seat is crazy. Everything you want. It's literally the best bar food you could ask for. we're big fans of bar food here, and this is probably the best menu of bar food I've ever seen. So I could sit here and read it off to you, but you can go look at it at thefirstseatpub.com/menu. Go to thefirstseatpub.com or go see them in person, 106 Southwest 2nd Street in Bentonville, Arkansas, or call them 479-250-9149. All right, Robert, time to get to Chris Lanzilli.
Let's do it.
The Diamond Hogs Podcast is the premier Razorback baseball podcast.
All right, please welcome to the show Chris Lanzilli, Razorback outfielder and designated hitter. Some folks know him as Slamzilli. Chris, welcome to the show. How long have people been calling you that? Is that a new thing?
The Slamzilli?
Yeah.
I think it's a new thing. I've seen it on Twitter a little bit, and a couple of teammates giving me a hard time about it. But other than that, I haven't really heard it before this year. I think I like it. Still digest it a little bit, but yeah.
Gotcha. What do you think?
Worse, I'll tell you that much.
There you go. What do you think is the best nickname on the team? Some people call Robert Moore Big Hit or Big Shot Bob. Some people call Michael Turner Turner Time. There's Slamzilli. What's the best one?
I mean, I think Turner Time's pretty cool. I think Big Hit Bob's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I know there's a Twitter account for Turner Time, so that's something that's special. But yeah, those are definitely two of the cool ones.
Gotcha. So the big story over the past couple of weeks has been the offensive surge that you guys are going through, and you, Chris, are right in the middle of it. So what does that feel like to go up there every day and, you know, just get hits? I mean, you're leading the team in batting average now too, right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it feels really good. I mean, to have some of our guys just I mean, we've been doubted so hard at the beginning of the season. So to have some of our guys just come around and swinging the bat pretty well lately, headed into SEC play at the right time. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's kind of what we expected because, I mean, there's talent up and down this lineup and, you know, this depth as well. So, I mean, it is what we expected, but it's great that we're turning it on right now before SEC play, and it's super exciting.
I got you. Now, you mentioned the doubt, the negativity that some fans were talking about on social media. How much attention do you pay to that stuff during the season? Does it motivate you at all, or you just try to drown it out?
I see what I see. You know, I just scroll through Twitter once in a while. I don't pick things out. I don't try to find negative things, but if I do, I mean, I don't get offended by it. I think it's reasonable. I think these are passionate fans, and they you know want to see us play good baseball, and I think it's reasonable, some of the things they're saying. But you know, we are just kids. We're trying our best, and so hopefully we can give them as good of a show as they want.
You don't go looking for bulletin board material, as they call it.
I don't, but honestly, some of the stuff that I see, I find funny. Like if it's about me, I mean, I'll send it to some of my friends and we'll be laughing. But for the most part, I just try to you know, kind of mind my business and just, you know, I see what I see.
I got you. Now, you grew up in the suburbs of Boston. Is that correct?
I did, yes.
Are you a big pro sports guy growing up?
I was a diehard Red Sox fan growing up, and I actually worked at Fenway for a few years in high school. So I was big Red Sox, big Bruins fan, and my family loves the Patriots.
I got you.
So,
what about you? Do you like the Patriots?
I do. I like them, but I'm not a huge football guy. But I mean, I'm turning into a bigger football guy as the years go on.
I got you.
Pretty eventful for me in the fall.
Mason's a Chiefs fan, so he told me that I'm supposed to stop the recording if you prove to be a diehard Patriots fan or whatever.
Don't show him this part.
Anyway, so you said you worked at Fenway. What'd you do?
I was an alcohol security supervisor, so I was checking IDs, making sure the kids weren't trying to pull a fast one, and honestly, I was watching the game the majority of the time, and I was having a good time. It was just a good place for me to make some money, you know, and didn't feel like I was working. I was just watching the game. Pretty cool.
That's the way to do it. Big hockey guy too. I like that. I'm from DC, so I watched the Caps growing up.
Oh, really? You're a big Ovechkin guy?
Big Ovechkin guy. Let's see what else I got here. So, do you come from a pretty athletic family? Like, I've seen your brother Cam on Twitter before. He seems like he's a ball player.
Yeah, I mean, he started his college career at UMass Lowell, so they're a small Division I baseball school. Then he transferred to Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida, and he's a talented player, but mostly he's taught me everything I know about the game. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's going to be a real good coach someday. He just got a job with the AA Baltimore Orioles, so he's an assistant pitching coach for them, and so he's doing real well for himself. My mom didn't really do much. Oh, she would want me to say, he learned most of his baseball from my mom, but she didn't play that many sports growing up. And my dad was a wrestler and a football player mostly, but no pro family members or anything like that. Just a really smart brother, and I can't forget to mention my sister. She's awesome. She's not very into sports, but she's very supportive.
I got you. Now you said AA Baltimore. Is that Bowie, the Bay Sox?
I believe so. He just recently got the job, so I'm not totally up to date on it, but I think that's what it is.
I got you. Cool. Let's see what else I want to ask you. So you've got, I assume you got a lot of free time sometimes. What do you do with it?
I mean, when I'm free during the season, I'm mostly resting or playing video games. I play a lot of. I'm terrible at Fortnite, but I play a lot of it. I play with some of my best friends from Wake and some of my best friends from the Boston area. And we just, we're not. Some of my friends are all right. We're not too good, but we laugh a lot. So that's what I just like to get my mind off the game and relax a little bit.
Is there anybody else that plays for the Razorbacks that's big into Fortnite?
I'll play with Jace Borfin and Braden Webb a little bit, but they're a little too good for me, so I don't like to hold them back. I don't like being the worst player in the game, so I try to let them do their thing.
Gotcha. If you didn't play baseball, what do you think that you would do for a living?
Hopefully something in sports, whether it's baseball or another sport. I mean, I just love, being physical and trying to be athletic. I don't know. It could be football. It could be wrestling or something. I'm not 100% sure. But other than that, outside of sports, I couldn't give you an answer. I really love sports.
Hey, I respect it. I'm with you. What's the most fun thing that you've done off the baseball field in Arkansas since you've been here?
Most fun thing off the field. I went hunting for the first time with Dylan Leach. That was pretty cool. He's pretty experienced with stuff like that. So he showed me the ropes and those. I just kind of I wasn't sure when he asked me. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go or not. But I was like, I want to live a little. I want to experience what I don't really get to experience at home. So I'd have to say that, yeah. It's kind of what I expected coming to Arkansas. Expected, people hunting, fishing, and all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Did you come away with any big prizes from that?
I did not, but I think he did.
Gotcha. Are you a big music guy at all?
Yeah, I listen to every type of music. Most recently I've been listening to Morgan Wallen. Listen to country, rap, EDM, rock. I listen to everything. It just really depends on the moment.
I got you. Big concert goer?
I'm not. I've only been to, maybe one or two. My girlfriend took me to Luke Combs last year. I went to Florida Georgia Line in high school, and I think I went to the Chainsmokers in high school too, and that's it.
I got you. Let's shift it back to the locker room for a minute. Who maybe this is a weird question, but who's the weirdest guy on the team?
The weirdest guy on the team? That is an interesting question. Let me think. Who am I going to offend here?
All in good fun. Doesn't have to be offensive.
Huh?
I said all in good fun. Doesn't have to be offensive.
Let's see. I'd say I'm going to have to say, let's see. Probably Brady Slavens. I'm going to go with him. He'll be real happy that I chose him. he's just kind of an unpredictable dude. He's a funny kid. You don't really know what you're gonna get out of him. Like he just says random funny things, and I think that's. I don't think there's any super weirdos on the team, so I think that's the guy that I chose for that.
What kind of random funny things does Brady Slavin say?
The most random funny things you could ever think of. Like he's like a little kid's cartoon show.
Really?
Yeah, he really is. He's funny.
I gotcha. Which Arkansas pitcher has been the toughest for you to face when you're playing intra-squad scrimmages?
Yeah, I'd definitely say. I mean, I'm 5 years older than the kid, but Hagen Smith. I mean, he's nasty. He's up there with the best arms I've seen, and that really says something. Because I mean, I've been in college for a while. I've seen a lot of guys, and he's pretty nasty. He's got the stuff to go a long way in his career.
Have you seen that translate onto the field so far?
I have, and I guarantee. I mean, we're going to see it get even better. I mean, he's got legit stuff. Right? He's one of the most mature arms I've seen for his age. I mean, maybe probably the most mature arm I've seen for his age. He's unbelievable. I
think I remember Dave Van Horn saying before the year he's 18, but he throws like he's 22.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I remember when he used to get me out, I'd be like, I'm 5 years older than this kid, and he makes me look like he's 5 years older than me. You know.
About that. Now, I don't know how much attention you paid to last year's team in 2021, but there was a pretty good home run chase going on between Robert Moore, Brady Slavins, Caden Wallace, Christopher Franklin, and Matt Goodhart. So it feels like there were a bunch of heads in that race through the end, and I think Moore came away with the team lead in 16. I know it's still early, but do you guys have like another competition like that going in the locker room?
We don't, not yet, but I mean, I had no idea they did that last year, but that'd be pretty interesting to do. I think we're just kind of focused on, winning, but I don't know. Maybe that'll start soon.
I got you.
I think our head's in the right spot, offensively, defensively, and we're just focused on winning the game.
Is there anything over the first month of the season that you really wanted to work on that you've accomplished going into conference play here?
Yeah, just kind of battling with two strikes. I've struck out more than I've wanted to in my career. So I've struck out a couple times this year, a couple times too many, but I have been battling with two strikes, and I'm kind of happy with that. And I've not been an easy out in terms of striking out. So yeah, that's something I'd want to work on a lot, and just kind of shifting the field, like Coach Thompson says, just kind of shifting it, having a team at bat, and letting the ball get deep with two strikes.
All right. Well, this is the last thing I've got here, but you mentioned that you guys are just focusing on winning now. You've won 8 in a row, feeling pretty good going into conference play. What's the mood in the locker room like?
I think everybody's just excited to get it going. It's a new season. Some guys have done well, some guys have struggled, and it's just kind of a fresh slate for a lot of our guys, and that's really exciting because, I mean, we know we have the talent, we know we have what it takes to win. So it's just we're confident we're going to put that together and take it to SEC play. It's definitely a super exciting feeling in the clubhouse.
First SEC game coming up for you. Would you say that it just means more?
It does. It just means, I mean, you can feel it out there. The energy that I haven't played in front of a, SEC weekend crowd, but still to me, it's, just the crowds that we've been playing in front of. It's very energizing and it's so enjoyable to play in front of these people.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for your time today. I really appreciate you coming on, and good luck this weekend against Kentucky.
Thanks so much for having me, Robert.
The Diamond Hogs Podcast is the premier Razorback baseball podcast.
Big thanks to Chris Lanzilli. Robert, I don't know how you did because we're recording this still before you did the interview, but I'm going to go ahead and say you did a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey.
Good job.
I improved before I ever started.
You raised your score by 1, and Chris was brought to you by the Encore Group. When it comes to selling your home, you need representation that will knock it out of the park. Matt Grissom and the Encore Group at Remax Elite will go to bat for you. With 14 years of experience and experts at marketing and negotiating, the Encore Group will get you the most amount of money for your home in the shortest amount of time. Don't risk it when it comes to selling real estate in Arkansas. For more information, visit sellingarkansas.com. Man, I know these ad reads are working because I know some people who want to move to Arkansas, and they said, hey, when we move, we're going to the Encore Group. So
people listen. That's
people
awesome.
listen, and like the ad reads work. So big thank you to the Encore Group, Matt Grissom and his team. We're very thankful for them. They're listeners, fans of the show. So we love that, and thank you guys for listening, and thank you for your sponsorship. For all of you looking to sell a home, go to the Encore Group.
Mason, you said don't risk it when buying and selling real estate in Central Arkansas. You should also not risk it if you need landscape projects in Central Arkansas.
Exactly.
Because Southern Lawn Service, that's not a risk. It's a guarantee.
It is. Their satisfaction is always your goal. Or no, your satisfaction is always their goal.
There you go.
That doesn't make sense. Well, okay.
Anyway, Southern Lawn Service. They're serving the greater Central Arkansas area, specializing in landscape maintenance for apartment complex communities and industrial sites. They do everything, including drainage solutions, new installs, landscape remodel and design, and hardscapes such as retaining walls and paver patios. If you need any of those projects done for your residential or commercial site of any size, please go call Southern Lawn Service. If you need bulk landscape supplies such as mulch, dirt, gravel, landscape rock, or sod, you can call them or go see them on site. Their address is 1 Lee Road in Conway, Arkansas. You can visit them there or give them a call at 501-514-3463.
And as always, we're also brought to you by the First Seat Pub and Grill. There's not words that explain how awesome this place is. Go see them in Bentonville. Like I've been saying, this weekend's a big sports weekend. It's March Madness. Everybody wants to go to a bar. Don't go to the lame bars that everybody goes to. Go to one where you're going to have a good time, some great food, and some great drinks, and that is the First Seat Pub and Grill. They will have the games on TV. They'll have baseball on TV. They'll have basketball on TV. And if they don't, just say, hey, the Diamond Hogs podcast told me to tell you to put the Razorback baseball game on. And they'll do it. They will, because they're friends of the program. So go see them at 106 Southwest 2nd Street in Bentonville, Arkansas, or call them 479-250-9149. All right, baseball this weekend. Nothing else going on, Robert.
No.
And Arkansas plays Kentucky, opening weekend, SEC play.
As of right now, the game times are
6:30 p.m. Friday, 6:30 p.m. Saturday, and 12 p.m. Sunday.
Got a noon start time Sunday. Get this podcast done early.
Well, you will. I'm not going to be here.
I know.
You and Pete.
Pete D'Alessandro.
You better do the what does he do, Pete?
I will.
Okay.
Because my co-host name will be Pete.
Exactly. That's the best opportunity to do it. And then after that, Arkansas goes to Kansas City, Missouri to play at Kauffman, the K Stadium.
Big Royals guy over there?
Yeah, I'm wearing a Royals hat for those of you on the old YouTube. Benny Baseball. I was so happy when they got Benintendi. Anyways, they play Omaha there. Kind of a crappy opponent to play in a big league stadium.
Yes, you may recall that Arkansas scored 15 runs and Omaha made 5 errors in that game. So that first game at Baum-Walker. So new stadium, that's cool, I guess.
It is. Well, I mean, they might as well, because then they're going to go play at Missouri next weekend. But this weekend, it's Kentucky. It's going to all be on the SEC Network Plus. So you got to get the ESPN app for that. But other than that, thank you guys for listening. I hope the Chris Lanzilli interview went well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And it's baseball season. Possibly.
It's always baseball season with us.
It's always baseball season with us. And we will talk to you. Robert and Pete will talk to you on Monday.
You've been listening to the Diamond Hogs Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Choate Mason and at DRStew32.